All right, everyone, and welcome back into the cave. This is Whaler Wednesday, and yes, we are just about 20 games into the current season, and we have been getting our asses handed to us here as we have started to progress through this season. If you were with me last evening, we were putting together the Montreal Expos team, and that seems to be coming together pretty well. I did follow some stuff up when I was doing that and had to make some changes to the team. So I'm super excited about taking a look at that next week. Okay, so with that being said, it's time to talk hockey. Okay, it is time to follow our Hartford Whalers. Now, we come into this week's episode 7, 12, and 1. The team is a struggling mess. A struggling mess. We cannot seem to get anything done. And last week, that wasn't showing us any better. To be honest, we were 3-7-0 in last week's episode, so much so that the Fanatic actually started to get just a little bored as we were playing. So if you are joining us here inside the stream, welcome on in. We'll go for 10 games tonight. And we will be following our Hartford Whalers. If you are new to the show, if you're new to the channel, welcome in. Again, if you're new to the show, basically, we put together a team of Hartford Whalers players based on some friends and past co-workers, I should say. And of course, good friends. I said that already, but good friends. And we've been rocking and rolling with this club here now, going into year number 4. We're actually in year number 4. Our first season was a very successful one, where we actually made the playoffs, making it all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals, where we lost to the eventual Stanley Cup champion Tampa Bay Lightning. Our second season, we teetered on playoff hopes, did not make it, and then last year was last year was last year. It might even be the other way around, and I just forgot. I don't know. But we also do discuss topics on the show. So as we're rolling through, watching our hockey team play, we usually have some sort of topic of the night. So I think what we're going to talk about tonight, our topic of the night is going to be, because it's a kind of a sports themed show, we're going to say our topic of the night is going to be, let's do our first sport memory. And that can be anything. It can be anything. Professional sport, amateur sport. The first sport you really remember seeing in person, and maybe where you were, what you were doing. Who cares? Whatever you want to talk about, throw it up on the board. Of course, this is a fun family show, and occasionally the fanatic will slip up and drop a cuss word here and there. So I do apologize if that happens, but I get into my team. But our conversation never goes outside of the fun realm, so we don't discuss any politics or religion or anything here on the show. We are just watching hockey and talking like a bunch of friends sitting around. So now, with that being said, last evening during the baseball show, I was asked, actually last week during the hockey show, I was asked if I would have MLB The Show 26, and I am happy to say that, yes, we have it, and I have been going through it most of the day today, and it's a little bit different than than the old one. So it's probably going to be a couple of test runs, and then we'll be running with the new show on that. I am also taking ideas, thoughts for the next hockey show. We'll probably run maybe one more Whalers season, since quite a few of our players have moved on. So we'll have to see what happens with that. So, okay, now that I've done some talking, let's go ahead and take a look at what we have on this evening's episode, shall we? So, once again, we are 7, 12, and 1. We finished our last episode 3-7-0. So really not much going on with this club. All right. Where does that put us in the league? Let's take a look over on the right side of the board. Of course, we are through 20 games. We've won 7. We've lost 12. We have 1 overtime loss for a total of 15 points. And if you're unfamiliar with how this works, obviously we're going to need to get as many points as we can to make our way into the playoffs, right? So I think we're going to have to probably get somewhere around number 5 in the Atlantic Division to stand some sort of chance at a playoff run. So we want to make sure we try to do that here on the season, right? I was almost going to say on the episode, but the other thing that we did last week is I did play a little hockey at the end of the episode because it didn't have a whole lot of folks watching. So just kind of picked up the controller and played a little bit last week. Let's go ahead and take a look at the team leaders here. So we acquired Zach Hyman in a trade for Darren Paul to go out and try to get some more scoring for this club. So Zach Hyman is currently our leader in points. Most of those, of course, while he was with Edmonton, but he's got 19. Defense points, we've got Sergio Ibarra with 12. Goals, Zach Hyman. Assists, Braden Walker. Rookie points, Ludwig Johnson with a big fat 0. So nothing going there. And, of course, our goalie wins leader is DJ Gallegos, who we went out and got in a trade. We went back, talked him into coming back to the team after he was after he moved on to the Devils in the offseason. So we made a trade and got Mr. Gallegos here back with the club. Your league leaders look a little bit like this. Points leaders, we've got, of course, David Pastrnak of the Boston Bruins, followed by Connor McDavid, Ehlers, Scheifele, Marner, Connor, Nylander, Matthews, Gunther, and Bedard. Not sure if any of you are hockey fans, but that was tough sledding for Austin Matthews, having that injury and being out for the rest of the season. So bit of a bummer for the Toronto Maple Leafs, but I liked it because my Islanders ended up taking them down yesterday, which was great. Let's not jump too far. Let's not jump too far here, Mike. So we've got goals leaders so far through 23 games. In our world, Austin Matthews has 22 goals. So that's an impressive number. 23 games, 22 goals. And you can take a look down. Connor Bedard, 4th. We got McDavid, 6th. And we have no Hartford Whalers. Of course we don't, because we don't score goals. And I keep doing this the wrong way. So there we go. Assist leaders, William Nylander leads the NHL. Goalie wins is Mr. Devin Levi, of the Philadelphia Flyers. And points leaders, we already looked at that. That was Pastrnak, who I think I may have said was the actual goals leader. I may have said that. Let's take a look here. We're going to look at our lines for the episode. And so we have got, let's see. One of them's a little off here. I think that's because we made that trade, huh? So we're going to put, so Fagan is out. That's bad news. So let's go ahead and go down to the minors. See if we can't find a defenseman down there. We got to go down to the minors, find a defenseman. Okay, so he's the only defenseman we have in the minors? That's some goofy stuff, don't you think? Yeah, I don't really pay much attention to my minor league squad. But Cal Odelius will be joining us in Hartford. So welcome to the club, Cal. I think he may have played a couple games with us last year. But he'll be filling in for Mr. Fagan on that second line, unless we move Ludwig there. No, we're gonna go with that. So our defense, you can see, is kind of shit. We've got a 74 overall. Okay, he's a left and right defenseman, so he'll play on the second line. And of course, we have a left defenseman playing right defenseman. Well, we are in some serious trouble defensively here in Hartford. But let's take a look at our offense, because that's where we make our money, right? No, not really. This is a team that can't score any damn goals. Pichek will be line number 1 left winger. And we take a look at his. Oh, no, I apologize for that. Let's go ahead and. I'm so used to playing the baseball game, so I'm pressing the same buttons. Pichek, top line, left wing. He's got 3 goals and 9 assists. At center, you've got Mike Kelly. He's got 4 goals, 10 assists. He has a minus 17, plus minus, so not good there. Connor Burns, 5 goals, 11 assists. That's going to make your top line. Your second line left wing will be Zach Hyman. He currently has 19 points. He has 11 plus minus, so very good stats for him. Hopefully he can keep that going. Now here's a positive. Jim Lamoureux is at a minus 5 plus minus. So yes, not double digits. 4 goals, 8 assists. And our starting right wing will be Capo Caco, 4 goals, 6 assists. That makes up your second line. Let's head down to the bottom 6. Gregory Swift will be third line left wing, 2 goals, 2 assists. And here's a very impressive number for Mr. Swift, a minus 1 plus minus. Your center on that third line will be Braden Walker, 5 goals, 11 assists, plus 3 plus. So look at that. He's a plus. He is a plus 3. So excellent job, Braden. And we've got the professor, who is a 3 as well. So we might be moving things around here if I keep seeing this. Cole Koepke, 2 goals, 2 assists, a 0 plus minus. Excellent. Travis Keller with 1 goal, 2 assists, and a minus 2. And Matthew Rempe will be the right wing on that fourth line. 1 goal, 0 assists. And we're going to actually change that up. We're going to put Oliver Wahlstrom down there. So, okay. So after seeing all that, we are going to mix some shit up here in the episode. So if you are a regular to the show and you're watching tonight, if you're jumping in right now, you do know that typically Pichek, Kelly, and Burns make up our top line, but not tonight. We are going to mix shit up, and here's how we're going to do it. So we're going to put B-Walk up here on the top line. We're going to move Jimmy. Jimmy's going to stay where he is. Kelly's going to go to the third line with the professor. We'll put Hyman up there on the top line. He'll go out with B-Walk and Capo Caco. All right, so we'll have Pichek, Lamoureux, and Burns. Kelly will be with Cole Koepke and the professor, and of course, Greg Swift, Killer, and Wahlstrom. No, we're going to go this way. So the professor is going to play on the fourth line in tonight's episode. So we're kind of mixing things up. Actually, you know what? No, we're not. We're going to go this way. Connor will go down to the third line. Wahlstrom. So the professor moves up. So he'll play with Pichek and Jimmy. That looks like a pretty good line. Hyman, Walker, Caco, Pichek, Lamoureux, the professor. We got Koepke, Kelly, Burns, and of course Swift, Keller, and Wahlstrom. Let's take a look at the defense one more time because we might switch things up here as well. Let's see. These guys need some help. So I'd rather see it kind of this way. So let's go. Yeah. Okay, we'll leave it that way. So we'll put Delgado and no. Yes, I don't like how it does that. Okay, Delgado with Odelius. Okay, so we got some numbers here. So Delgado's going to play top line with Serge. Feeney moves down to the second line. He'll play with Cal Odelius, and then we'll have Fagan and Johnson. Here's what your goalies look like for the first 5 games of the episode, regardless. We need some wins, so we're going to see if DJ can come back and do what it is he does. So our topic tonight, Mr. Junior GM, is we were talking about our first experience at any sort of a sporting event that we remember being at. Or it could be anything. It could be you played in a game, you saw a game, who cares? Of course, that leads to any other conversation that we do have. And I did mention a couple other things at the beginning of the episode. We talked about the fact that I invested in MLB The Show 26, got to spend some quality time playing that today, most of the day when I probably should have been doing other shit. But gonna be breaking that out probably next week as we start a new show where we'll take a now team. We talk about a now team. The Montreal Expos show will move on in recorded episodes because I made some major changes to that Expos team. And if you have been watching and on recordings, or if you've been watching live with me, you'll want to take a look at the recordings that I'll be making, because you're going to be surprised at some of the players that I got for that club after goofing all that stuff up last night. Plus, I learned a little bit. So, okay. So now that we've seen the lines for the episode, we know what the stats look like. We know what our record is. Let's go ahead and take a look at our schedule. So we're going to go 10 games, of course, because that is how we do things here on the show. If you're looking at the board right in front of you, November 19th, we're going to take on the Colorado Avalanche, who are one of the best teams in the league at 11-7-2. The 21st of November, we will take on the New York Rangers, who are 11-6-3. So hopefully we don't see a pattern here of winning records, right? Because, well, it doesn't really matter. We lose to everybody. So the 23rd, we'll take on the Dallas Stars. So we are taking on 3 just killer teams to start. Let's go ahead and take a look at their record, or where they stand in their division. So in the Central, you can see Colorado. They're in 4th place. The Dallas Stars are in 3rd place, right? And then, of course, in the Metro, the Rangers are currently in 4th. So we're playing some good teams. We'll take on Buffalo again. They have an almost identical record to the Whalers, but they definitely have our number. They got us in the last game on the 18th of November, even though we beat them on the 8th, 3-1. We'll take on San Jose in game number 6. That's they're 12-6-2 and are very surprising, leading the Pacific Division with 26 points. We'll then be taking on the Edmonton Oilers, who are 12-7-0. That's when Zach Hyman will take on his former team. Then it's one more time with San Jose before we head out on the road, and we'll take on the Kings, the Oilers, and we'll finish up the episode with the Tampa Bay Lightning. So not really sure if you noticed this little travel tidbit, but we're going to play in Buffalo, which, if you're not a geography person, is not really that far from Hartford. And then we'll fly all the way to San Jose to come back home and have a couple of home games. So I don't know who makes our schedule, but maybe we should fire them and put some of that money into the team. Yeah, we might want to do that. So we'll kick it off on the 19th with Colorado, and we'll finish up with the Tampa Bay Lightning. So lots of winning records. I think the only losing record I saw was the Buffalo Sabres. So we could easily, folks, lose 9 games in this episode. We could lose 9 games. And this is a team that lost 7 the last time we were together. So, okay. With all that being said, we are going to get this show on the road. So game number 1, we're taking on the Colorado Avalanche. This is at home at the Hartford Civic Center. They are 11-7-2. They are 4-5-1 in their last 10. If you can see that on the bottom of the screen there. We are 7-12-1. We are 3-7-0 in our last 10. Martin Jones will be holding it down for the Avalanche here in this one. 11 games played, 5 wins, .899 save percentage. And, of course, we want to make sure that we advance today because it's probably going to change. We're going to decline that. We don't want him. Okay, nope, see, I knew it would. So Scott Wedgwood is actually going to be between the pipes in this one. So I screwed that up. So 3 games played for him, 1 win, .839 save percentage, 5.04 goals against average. So if you are a longtime viewer of the show, you know that every time I mention, oh, look at his goals against average, we get worked. Yeah, or they look like Vezina Trophy winners. against us. DJ will be back in net for the Whalers. We're hoping that he could bring us a spark and get this shit together. Okay, we went out, we got him from the New Jersey Devils, bringing him back, putting him back in the blue and green. So hopefully he can get something done for us. 13 games played, 9 wins, .898 save percentage, 3.56 goals against average. Not really DJ numbers statistically, but he's got 9 wins. So that's a positive since we only have 7 as a team. So looking over here on the right side, goals for per game, we are at 3.1. I'm sorry, they are at 3.15. We are at 2.65. Scrolling down, our only positive right now is our power play percentage. We are 17.3 and currently 14th in the NHL. And our penalty kill is not crap, which is good because usually that is the worst part of our game. So we are heading inside the mall. And let's go ahead and see if we can get a win here. We go on a power play early, and it's Connor Burns putting one in the net past Wedgwood. It's 1-0. Bjorkstrand answers right back to make it 1-1. Come on, DJ, let's hold it down. 5-on-4 power play. O'Connor's going to score. So DJ, come on, dude. Do not make me regret going out and getting you back on this club. 5-on-4 power play for Colorado, and we kill that one off. Hartford, just 5 shots so far to start this out. 5:55 to go in period numero uno. We got about 3 minutes to go now. 2-1, and power play Colorado. Kill this one off. We cannot. It's McKinnon putting one in the net, and it is now 3-1. So my buddy Dylan's team is taking us down for sure. Let's go ahead and rock and roll right into period number 2. And Beatwalk puts one in short-handed. So excellent job from Walker. Now we mixed up our lines just a little bit. That's coming off our penalty kill. And they just scored another goal. McKinnon, that's his second of the evening here at the mall. We've got about 11:58 to go. Shots are 20-12. We go on the power play. They're going to kill that easy. And, of course, they do. 8 minutes to go in the period. We are just not shooting the puck. Is anyone noticing that? We are not shooting the puck. We got 14 shots in this game. This is usually a team that shoots 30, 40 times a game, and we are not taking any shots. So we're making him look like a great goalie because we're not shooting the puck. We got 18 minutes to go, period number 3. So we need some wins, folks. We need some wins, and this is not how you're going to do it. 28 shots to 21 shots. We go on a 5-on-3. Let's get a goal out of a 5-on-3 power play, and it's P-check coming up big. So we got a 4-3 game with 10 minutes to go here in period number 3. And maybe we got a little bit of a, the hockey gods will kind of shine down on us here. We could use something, some sort of a miracle, and it's Mike No Fear Feeney coming up big, tying this one up with about 3 minutes to go in the game. How about that defense? Playing on that second defensive pair, and we have got a point, baby. I don't even care if we lose the damn game. We got ourselves a point, and we get to watch a little hockey. First game of the night, and we are watching. All right, here we go. Heading into the mall. Oh, right on. So the Holiday Bowl 2017. Who played in the Holiday Bowl 2017? Okay, so Kelly goes to the dot. Natchez with the puck. Sergio knocks him on his ass. Kelly collects the puck. Into the corner. Get it out. P-check with the puck. Oh, he's got the open net. Take it, baby. Take it. Put it in. Oh, it's P-check with the win in OT. And yes, we get our first win of the episode in our first game of the episode, taking down the Colorado Avalanche, and it's P-check with the second goal of the game. Beautiful, beautiful little play. And let's see if they show that again. Here it is. Kelly knocks the puck out. Pichek takes it and just whoop, whoop. There you go. Nice. Maybe the line changes are going to help us. That was a beautiful play, Pichek. Yes, we actually get to see our Whalers salute the fans here in Hartford. Nice. Nice. Okay, so our first sports memory of the night is the Holiday Bowl 2017, our junior GM, and we saw you saw Washington State and Michigan State. Who was the quarterback for Washington State in that game? I don't know. You're talking to me. I'm standing in front of my TV. I'm actually pacing back and forth because I got to make sure that we get a couple of wins here. So a huge overtime win. Yes. No, that's not what I wanted to say. A huge overtime win for our Hartford Whalers. And it's Pichek coming up with the big-ass goal in OT. And yes, we take down the Colorado Avalanche, who seem to have our number. But look who's coming at us next. Yes, it is our arch enemy, New York Rangers. This is a team that on this game, in these very episodes, has taken us down so many times. And this is the only team in any of these episodes on this show that has ever scored double-digit goals on the Whalers. And they did that to us in the very first season. That was back when I was doing all my editing and cuts right here on my PlayStation. So that was a tough one to watch. I remember actually sitting here watching that game, and that was a tough game to watch. But we are super excited because our newest goalie starts out hot. 1 game played, 1 win, .878 save percentage. DJ, welcome back to the club. Okay, so we get ourselves a win in game number 1. That is 2 points, baby. We got 2 points on the board. Last episode, we had a total of 6. So anything's better than 6 tonight. All right, so November 21st. Yeah, that's an important day as well. I think. I'm pretty sure. Well, I know it is for me, but I'm pretty sure it is as well. So the New York Rangers are coming to town to take on the Hartford Whalers at the Mall. 11-6-3 are the Rangers on the season. 6-2-2 in their last 10. So they have been playing a good brand of hockey. The Whalers come into this game 8-12-1. Igor Shesterkin will be between the pipes, 8 wins. Tyler Helinski was the quarterback for Michigan State. That's a name that I don't even know who that is. .921 save percentage, 2.61 goals against average. And DJ will be between the pipes. Now, he has 10 wins on the season, but it's only going to show us his Whaler stats. So 1 game played, 1 win, .878 save percentage, 3.93 goals against average. Now, here's the important stat over on the right. We are 0-1 against this Rangers team. They beat us 5-3 last time we played them, and it was Adam Fox, the defenseman, being just a buster in that one. 4 assists and 1 hit in that game. So we are not going to dig too deep on stats. We know our team struggles. We'll take a look at some of those when we get through about 5 games in the episode. If you were here, you got to see what the stats were for the lines. So we changed up the lines, and it seems to be working. Oh, okay. Oh, that was for Washington State. That was our quarterback for Washington State. Cool. So if you're out there, our topic of the night was first sporting event you might remember going to. We can talk about anything else, though. You can ask me any questions you want. I'll try to answer them reasonably. I'll do my best to answer them reasonably. Had a couple of nice little things happen over the last week or so. Was able to see an old friend on Sunday. So kind of rivalry guys. He's a big Red Sox fan. I'm a big Yankee fan. And Unfortunately, he's not a hockey fan, so couldn't really chat him up about hockey. But um, kind of got to explain how the whole Yankees Red Sox fandom works if you're from certain parts of the state we're from. So, okay, with that being said, I've been going back to baseball so much because I've been playing so much of it here on the PlayStation. But all right, we have got game number 2, and let's head into that one. We're heading to the mall. And we had an overtime game and a win in game number 1 of the episode. And here we are, the Rangers and the Hartford Whalers underway. 15 minutes to go. They go on the power play. Let's kill that one off. Yes, we get that done. So a team that struggles on the power play, that is the Hartford Whalers. And they kill a they struggle on the kill, but they kill a penalty. Now, if you get it, you get it. If you don't, I'm sorry. Okay, 5 minutes to go here in the period. So, how about the baseball last night, right? We lost to Venezuela. That's pretty cool. I mean, I guess. World Baseball Classic. I didn't really watch too much of it, but all right, so we are at the 19-minute mark of period number 2. There's no score. And DJ has stopped 15, going on 16 shots here that the Rangers have put up. And we have taken 8. So I'm starting to see a trend from the Hartford Whalers. They are not shooting the puck as much as they normally do. We go on the power play and nothing on the power play. 20 shots, 21. Look at the Rangers number just go up. It's like every time the time changes, a shot goes on the board for the Rangers. We've allowed 25 shots in 2 periods. So we are not playing defense. And it's Swifty putting one in the net. So Swifty down on the 4th line now. We moved him down just for the episode, and he gets us a goal. So good job there. And I almost said snack. It almost looked like skank, but that's not skank. Okay, Zibanejad puts one past DJ. It's 2-1. We got 13 minutes to go here in the period number 3. Can we get a tie? Come on, how about no fear? Put another one in the net. Let's go back-to-back games with a goal for no fear. We got 6 minutes to go here in period number 3, and it's Tarasenko putting one in, and I think that's pretty much it. They'll probably get another frickin' empty netter, and we actually held them to less than 5 goals. So that is really good for this club. And let's go ahead and take a look. So we had nothing in the first, a very quiet first period. We took the lead 1-0 and then went quiet, giving up 3 in the third to lose to the Rangers 3-1. Our 3 stars of the game: Igor Shesterkin, 1 goal against, 16 saves, .941 save percentage. Then we had Gregory Swift. He'll be 2 stars, 1 goal, 2 hits, and your top star of the game is Mika Zibanejad with 1 goal and 1 hit in this one. Okay, so we're going to move on to game number 3, and that is a loss. So Hartford player Ludwig Johnson has been injured with an injured foot. His estimated return is November 27th. The team's lines must be edited. Ooh, okay, let's go ahead. I don't think we have a backup defenseman. I really don't think we have a backup defenseman. And that's going to really cause some problems unless Fagan is back. And Fagan is not back. So Matt Rempe, you're going to play a little defense. At 6'7", 241 pounds. Shit, that might actually work. Let's go ahead and see what his defensive stats look like. Defensively, I mean, he could do it. He could do it. Matt Rempe, welcome to the defense. You're going to play with, that's not good. That takes him to a -4. Let's see if no fear can kind of be no. I thought maybe he could be like a leader, help him out. Maybe if we bump him over to this side. Okay, I mean, that just moves Feeney down there. I don't want to do that. I don't want him on the 3rd line. How about Fagan and Feeney? No, I don't. We're going to get worked. So Fagan's going to jump down here. So he'll stay with Rempe. Rempe's going to play defense. Well, you know what? Let's do this real quick. It's only 6 days, but it's 2 big games. So we might have to jump out here and see if we can't find ourselves. Whoop. No, I don't want to do that. We don't have any defensemen down in the minors. We have no defensemen in the minors. So we might have to go and see if we can find ourselves a free agent. Okay. How about a free agent defenseman, just somebody that can fill in for... I wish you could do 10-game contracts. Like you used to be able to do that on the basketball game. It was awesome. You could do 10-game contracts. You can't do that on here. I think I used to do it on a football game too. Like you could go sign a kicker, like way back in the day on Madden. You could sign a kicker for 2 weeks or 30 days or whatever it was. And then when they tanked, you could go get another kicker. Okay, we're going to go ahead and... We're going to go ahead and find a defenseman here. Okay. So our defenseman is going to be... Oh, we need a right defenseman. Let's see this guy's name. Jet Wu. The name is awesome. Jet. How about if we offer Jet a contract? Jet. What do you think, Jet? Jet says, I accept your offer. Welcome to the club, Jet. You'll be playing right defense for the next couple of games. So Jet's been sitting at home, eating pizza and playing PlayStation, and we are bringing him right in and putting him right in the lineup. Welcome to the team, Jet Wu. I swear to God, if this dude scores a goal, I'm just going to go out and sign all 7th defenseman backups, and that's what we're going to go with. Good old Jet Wu going to play right defense. Fagan will stay there at left side with him. So that's really, well, maybe we'll put, how about if we put him with Feeney? Yeah, we'll put him with Feeney. Okay, no fear. All right, you get to take care of Jet. Keep an eye on Jet for me, okay? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we'll simulate. So, okay, I just thought of something. Last night, after I played the baseball game and screwed up the whole rosters and stuff, I kind of went and sat off, did some other stuff. But one thing I was really kind of thinking about, I was kind of scrolling. You know, you kind of get into that scroll. Oh my goodness, what is my favorite my favorite ice cream flavor? My favorite ice cream flavor. So, okay, see now I'm gonna finish this thought first, and then I'll tell you. So I'm kind of doom scrolling, right? I'm just like sitting there and I'm just doing whatever and scrolling away, and I start to see. I found this I don't know, channel, site, whatever it is, where they played a bunch of old sitcom music, like the themes, the entrances to sitcoms, and kind of got me thinking. Sometimes I have folks on here that actually remember what a sitcom was or is. So for my older crowd, now you can put this in the comments, you can put this in the thoughts after the show. Tell me, what was your favorite sitcom? Could have been 80s, could have been 90s. All right, whatever it is you want to talk, whatever it is you remember, feel free to put it in there. My favorite all-time sitcom was a probably late 80s, early 90s TGIF show. So if you remember the 80s and the 90s, you know what TGIF was. So put your favorite sitcom up on the board. Could have been a night sitcom, could have been a day sitcom, whatever you want, whatever it is, because I know there's a lot of them. And then I have another question too for the episode. So getting back to the ice cream topic now. We've played 3 games, so I'm going to talk about the ice cream real quick, and then we'll get to the next 3 games. So my favorite ice cream has to be easily. It's I don't know if I can say the brand name, but we'll say it's Ben and Jerry's, whatever. My favorite ice cream flavor is Ben and Jerry's, and when you can find it. Now, if it's like, hey, I walk in the store, they have Ben and Jerry's, I'm going to grab some, I'm getting myself Cherry Garcia. But if you can find Americone Dream. Americone Dream. I believe it had Steve Carell on the outside of it. Americone Dream is my flavor. So if you were curious, that's my favorite ice cream flavor, which is basically just like vanilla ice cream with fudge, caramel, and pieces of ice cream cones in it. So yes, that's my ice cream flavor. So if you're just joining us here on the show, let's take a look at our calendar. We've been through 3 games, or has it been 2 games? I don't even know because I've been talking so much. We've been through 2 games. We have 1 win against the Avalanche and 1 loss against the Rangers. We're now heading into game number 3 of the episode against the Dallas Stars, and we're heading to the American Airlines Center. And yes, if you are familiar with the show, I have been to this arena for a Dallas Stars game, and like I always say, this arena is goo-goo for hockey, man. They love their stars. So we'll be taking on the Stars here in this one. The Whalers come into this 8-13-1, coming off a loss to the Rangers. The Stars are 14-9-1, 5-5 in their last 10. DJ is back between the pipes for the Whalers. If you're just joining us, 2 games played, 1 win, a .90 save percentage, and Jake the Otter Ottinger, 20 games played, 11 wins, .912 save percentage, and a 2.96 goals against average. Our team matchup over here on the right, the goals for per game, the goals against per game, and the penalty kill, we are absolutely atrocious. Let's not even talk about that. What we will focus on is the fact that we have an 18.6% power play. So I get rid of the bad and only look at the good, right? The Dallas Stars are 11th, 24th, and 30th. So goals for per game and goals against, they're good. Their offense is good. Their defense is good. They struggle on the kill, and they struggle on the power play. So let's go ahead and make our way into the American Airlines Center. We're going to simulate our affiliate game. Our affiliate team must be absolutely terrible this year because they have no defensemen. Okay, now we have Jet Wu, who's playing with Mr. Feeney, and on that second line. So we're hoping that we can get something out of the Jet here, right? All right, 11 minutes to go, 10 minutes to go, only 2 shots for Hartford. 5-on-4 power play for the Stars, and they're going to put one past DJ. It's Duchesne. So we gave DJ a little test run here in the episode. This is his 3rd game in net since coming over in that trade with the New Jersey Devils. And he's not doing too bad. We managed to get a win for him in game number 1. We're going to roll into period number 2 pretty quick here. Game number 1 was against the Avalanche, and it was Pichek with the overtime winner. So great job there. We're going to kill off that power play. And the Professor makes his appearance tonight. It is 1-1 as he puts one past the Otta. And we've got a 5-on-4 power play. Got about 14 shots for the Whale. 20 shots for the Stars. 5-on-4 power play. 1-1 game. 5 minutes to go in period number 2. About 3 minutes to go. Here we go. Rolling right down to the end of the second period. All right, now we got a crowd in here. The boys just came in. Okay, so we're at the end of period number 2, and it is 1-1. So we've got ourselves a tie game with the Dallas Stars in Dallas. Shots are just about even. We're actually shooting the puck here in game number 3 of the episode. 5-on-4 power play. Let's get something done. We're really hoping for Jet Wu to get a goal, right? And it's Poling who puts one past DJ. We got about 12 minutes to go in the period. Now down to about 10. And if you hear that little clicky clack, that's the dog walking around me. I apologize. This microphone picks up a lot. All right, 5 minutes to go here in the period. Can somebody... Oh, Robertson puts one in, and that's going to do it. So I think we're going to dump another one here unless we get some sort of miracle. And Lamoureux puts one in, maybe a little too late, and it is. So a 3-2 loss, not bad. Okay, I'm trying to be as positive as I can here. Okay, so we've got an answer here to the one of the questions of the night. We got a lot of questions going on, right? We're talking about first sporting events. I threw out sitcoms, old sitcoms, and yes, Who's the Boss? Awesome. I used to watch a lot of that in like reruns. They'd show it at like, you know, 7 o'clock at night. You could catch it on, I don't know, like TBS or whatever it was, whatever channel it was. And, because we had local TV back then. Like you'd put on like channel 8 in Connecticut and it was like the Hartford channel or the New Haven channel. And they'd show it on there. But yeah, I dug that show. That show was great. Tony Danza, I believe, and Alyssa Milano, and yeah, good show. And I didn't quite catch what the other one was. I'd have to look at the actual comment here. Hold on a second. Boy Meets World. Yeah, I was never a Boy Meets World fan, except for Topanga. Gotta be honest. And if you know about that, you know about that. Jimmy Lamoureux scored the last. I'm way off now. So, okay, game is over, Mike. The game is over. The Dallas Stars beat us. They had a goal in the first, 2 goals in the third. We had 1 in the second, 1 in the third. So we got some goals in the game. That's a positive. Stars of the game. Totally stars of the game. All Dallas Stars. The Otter with 2. He gave up 2 goals, had 27 saves. Robertson had a goal, 0 assists, and 3 hits. And Duchesne had a goal and an assist in this one. So congratulations to the Dallas Stars on kicking our aces. Good job. So we are through 3 games here in the episode, and the struggles continue here for the Whalers as we have only 2 points in the episode. We're trying to get more than 7. We're trying to get more than 7. That's the idea here on tonight's show. So we'll see if we can't get that done here. That was my actual Stanley Cup falling over. No, it's just a Stanley Cup, the kind with the straw for the water. Okay, so beautiful. All right, back to it. So we are moving on. We're moving on to the Buffalo Sabres. And yes, they got us at the end of the last episode, and it was Mr. Fetto who had the big goal, the tip-in right at the end of the game. Yeah, that's the one that I played, and we did not do good in that game. So we're heading to Buffalo. We're going to play them here in game number 4. All right, DJ, we're going to keep him one more game. Well, 2 games. He'll take on Buffalo, and he'll take on the Sharks, and then Cyril will jump back into net. But DJ will hold it down. 3 games played, 1 win, .90 save percentage, 3.36 goals against average. For the Sabres, it's Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. Say that 3 times fast. That's a fun one. 21 games played, 8 wins, .88 save percentage. Save percentage. And no fear likes growing pains and family ties. Yeah, I totally get the family ties part. I kind of like family ties myself. I did like Growing Pains. That was a good one. Another one of those shows that you'd see a lot on reruns. They would show it on reruns. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen has 3.84 goals against average. The last time we took on this team, we lost 3-2 on that Fetto goal. We are 1-1 against them. This is probably one of our biggest rivals, right? Next to the Rangers. I would say that. If I had to go top three Whalers rivals in this universe, we're probably looking at the Buffalo Sabres, the New York Rangers, and of course, let's not forget the Columbus Blue Jackets. We do not like the Columbus Blue Jackets here in this Hartford Whaler universe. So That's what we're looking at, folks. Our stats, both teams are pretty awful. Pretty awful. No Fear, our second line defenseman, is a big fan of the Tonight Dough. Oh, yeah, Tonight Dough, a Ben & Jerry's ice cream. That's a good one, too. See, Ben & Jerry's is so freaking good, right? Just so freaking good. You can't beat that stuff. However, there is another one, too, and I think it's right here in town. I don't know the name of the place. I do know that it's near the mall in the town that I live in, or the next town over. And they have this, like, Cookie Monster blue ice cream that has, like, all the different cookies in it. Oh, my God, that stuff is so good. I don't know the name of the place, or I would say what it is, so you could go check it out. But I'm sure I'll figure it out at some point. All right, Uko, getting back to the game. Let's get back to the game. This is game 4 of the episode. Like I was saying, they are shit, except for their penalty kill, and we are just playing crappy. We are playing crappy except for our power play, which is about middle of the league. Everything else is at the bottom of the league. Team leaders, Dahlin with 21 points for Buffalo, and, of course, Zach Hyman with 19 for us, and all 19 of his points came as a member of the Edmonton Oilers. So that tells you something about this dude. That tells you something about the Whalers, doesn't it? Holy cow. All right, let's go ahead and simulate this one. This is a losing team. So you would think we might have a chance against a losing team, but we'll have to see what happens here. 5-on-4 power play for the Whalers right out of the gate. And no doubt that's Feddo taking a shot at the team. And it's Zach Hyman, thank you very much, on the power play, putting one in the net. And Hartford takes a early 1-0 lead. And then Dahlin, so the two leading scorers for the clubs, go back-to-back goals. Not far apart from each other. 1-1 here in this one. We got about 8 minutes to go as we roll through period number 1. Shots. Look at the Whalers shooting that puck. So either our offense is in the zone or Buffalo's defense is that bad. I don't really know here. 18 shots to 3. We've only allowed 3 shots in this game. And so period number 1 is done. Hyman scores. Dahlin scores. We roll into period number 2. It's a 1-1 game. And it's Connor Burns putting one past Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. Peterka then scores. Then it's Jet Woo! Jet Woo with the goal. Frederick puts one in the net past DJ. And we're going back and forth. And again, this rivalry is something else, right? Every time we play these guys, it's exactly like this. It's exactly like this every time we play them. But Mike Kelly puts one in the net, so it's the captain answering there. It's a 4-3 game with 5 minutes to go in period number 2. All right, and we are through period number 2. And let's see if we can hold them off. Can we get our third and fourth point of the episode? And Hyman scores again, so it's 5-3. And they've taken it. Look at all the shots we've taken in this one. It's like all the shots we haven't taken in all the other games. Now we're just firing that puck on net. 40 shots. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen is getting a workout between the pipes for the Sabres tonight. See if we can get another power play goal. Nothing happening there. So we got Hyman to score on the power play, and it looks like he's getting that done for us. Can we get an empty netta? How about Braden putting one in? It's 6-3. So, yes, beautiful. All right, so we won. We win a game. We had 1 in the first, 3 in the second, 2 in the third, for a total of 6. Yes, good job, Mike. 1 plus 3 is 4. Plus 2 is 6. The Sabres had a goal in the first, 2 in the second, and we shut them down in the third. A 6-3 game. Our 3 stars of the game, and it's Dahlin. He had a goal and an assist. Mike Kelly had a goal and 2 helpers. Hyman with 2 goals, 1 assist, and 1 hit. So maybe he's going to start to pay off, right? Maybe he's going to start to pay off, and this team will start to put together a little bit of a win streak. So 4 games so far in the episode. We are 2-2 as we get ready to take on the San Jose Sharks, who surprisingly have got themselves a winning record. So Corey Perry is officially on waivers. The right winger, let's take a look. He's got to be 42 in our world. He is 42 years of age. And you know what? To hell with it. We're going to go out and we're going to claim Corey Perry. And that means we're going to have to move somebody around here, but we're going to do it anyway. So we got one player too many. Let's see if all our guys are back from injury. Fagan's still hurt. Johnson's still hurt. But how about Jet Wu? He's going to keep his spot on this team. Jet Wu is going to stay right where he is. He's not going anywhere. All right, let's go ahead and take a look. Centers, we've got Kelly, Walker, Lamoureux, Rempe, and Keller. So Keller could go. We could send Keller a packing. Let's see what else we got. Left wing, we've got Pichek. So all of them have to go through waivers, which is kind of a bummer, right? In case you didn't know that. So basically, if I release one of these guys, they could get picked up on waivers. We're going to go ahead and we're going to move Wahlstrom. I like Wahlstrom, but we're going to send him down to the minors. So he's going to go on. He'll go on waivers, so he could get picked up here in the next day or two, but hopefully that doesn't happen. Let's go ahead and edit our lines. We'll see if we can't get Corey Perry into the mix here. Maybe he'll get this team a little fired up. We'll put him down on the fourth line with a guy like Killer Keller. And you know what? We're going to leave him as a, yeah. Nah, we'll put him in. Okay, so Corey Perry is going to go down. He's going to play fourth line right wing. He's 42 years old. So I just give everybody a chance here, right? Because sometimes it's those old dudes. Those old dudes can get something done. So, all right, we're heading into Game 5 of the episode at the SAP Center in San Jose. So we hopped on a plane. We went from Buffalo up to San Jose, and here we go. The Whalers come into this one 9-14-1, 4-6 in their last 10. They're taking on the San Jose Sharks, who are 13-9-2, 6-4-0 in their last 10. So our stats have gotten no better with the exception of the power play, thanks in large part to Pichek and Hyman, who have a couple power play goals here in the episode. Other than that, we are trash, over 25th place in the league. Goals for per game, they are 17th, 15th in goals against. Their power play sucks, and their penalty kill is at 84.1%, currently 11th. Their leading scorer is Celebrini. So Macklin, who's probably, I'd say, second season here on this game. So on the 26th game, obviously a little bit different, but here in our world, he is in his second season. That's why he doesn't have a face. Because I'm pretty sure he's created here. Okay, so let's get this one underway, right? Been having some conversation tonight. We talked a little bit of sports. Where were you? What game you saw? We've been talking about ice cream, which is making me want to go out and get some ice cream. And, of course, sitcoms, 80s sitcoms. My favorite all-time sitcom goes back to the late 80s, early 90s. And, shoot, it might have been mid 80s. I don't really remember. But I do know that I used to go, when we were kids, we had these things called sleepovers, and occasionally you'd go sleep over at your friend's house, right? And one of my good buddies had a Nintendo Entertainment System, which I did not have because my parents would not buy me one. And the professor scores, and Pichek scores, and we have come out on fire in this one. It's 2-0. So going back to the story, he had a Nintendo Entertainment System, and I would go over there to play this thing on Friday night. My parents would let me spend the night at his house. And we used to watch this show on, TGIF. And it was about a guy who comes from a random foreign country, moves to Chicago, and hooks up with, connects with this dude who he thinks is his cousin, blah, blah, blah. Show was called Perfect Strangers, and that was one of my absolute favorites. And the actor from that show was actually in Beverly Hills Cop and played a really funny part in that movie. So now that I've done that, now that I've talked about that, Perfect Strangers was my show. There was a lot of other ones, of course, but that was one of them. And then, of course, being a child of the late 80s, early 90s when I really remember stuff, of course, there was The Simpsons. There was Sunday night watching The Simpsons. And if my mother and father weren't paying attention, I would watch Married with Children. So, okay, rocking and rolling into period number 2. So the professor and P-Check come up big in a game against a team with a winning record, right? This does not happen very often for the Hartford Whalers, but we are up 2-0. Hey, can DJ hold off and get a shutout? This is his last game of the episode, and then we'll be putting Simo back in her spot. For $9 million a damn season, she better be playing more. So last year she played almost 60 games. That's why we went out and had to go get DJ back, right? Because he played the other 20 that she didn't, and he was pretty good. Yes, that's right. Great show. Balki Bartakumus. And he used to play this game. And it was called Knock Knock Roller Rock. It was kind of like bowling, but Knock Knock Roller Rock. Another one from the 80s that was pretty sick was a show called Alf. And, the professor scores again. Yes, Alf was, I think Alf was like an acquired thing, right? And Eklund scores, so it's the professor and Eklund here in period number 3. We are now up 3-1. Let's not let them get back into this game. 10 minutes to go here in period number 3. DJ has given up just the one goal, and it's Swifty putting one in the net. He's got 2 in the episode. This is a name we don't hear from very often, all right? Swifty with the goal. 3 minutes to go here in the period. 2-1. Bingo. This game is over, and we have done it. So we are now 3-2 in the episode. That's 6 points. Oh, that's 6 points. 6 points for the Whalers. That's better than last. Well, it's the same as last episode, but we're going to get there. We're going to beat it. Okay. Period number 1, we had 2 goals, none in the second, 2 in the third, 4 total. The Sharks were shut out in periods 1 and 2. Thank you, DJ. We gave up just the 1 to Eklund in the third. Taking a look at the stars of the game, and I love to see that. Nothing but W's. Green W's with the blue tails. Lovely. The professor getting his name back on the board, starting to make his presence felt on this team again. 2 goals, 0 assists. Jimmy Lamoureux with 4 helpers, because that's what the man does, for sure. P-Check with a goal, 2 assists, and 4 big hits. So P-Check having a great episode. Could be our player of the episode easily tonight. Could be kind of back and forth between him and the professor. And let's not forget Swifty. How does Swifty not get his name up here on the board? If I'm standing right here by my TV, I'm going to put him, kind of slide him right in here, small letters between Jimmy Lamoureux and the professor. Okay, so good game for the Whalers. We got ourselves our 3rd win of the episode. That's points number 5 and 6. So excellent job. Let's go ahead and simulate to our next game. Of course, we will have to put Ludwig Johnson back in. You know what? To hell with that. We're not putting Ludwig Johnson back in. We're not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. We're going to leave him on the bench. Okay, Jet Wu has been the freaking man. Jet Wu has been the freaking man. So Jet Wu's going to stay in. Odelius is going to stay in. And this club's they're going to do their thing. We're winning with Jet Wu. I love Jet Wu. Miles Fagan is back. So Miles Fagan is definitely going to come back into the lineup. We're going to pop him in there, but not replacing Jet. The Jet is going to stay in. Benny the Jet Wu. That's not, but Benny the Jet. Yeah. Yeah. If you know who Hampton is, you know who Benny the Jet is. All right, let's go ahead and we'll put Mr. Fagan back in. So he's going to go there. He'll go up to the, he'll go here with Feeney. Wait a minute. No. We got to put Feeney and Wu have been so good together. All right, we're going to put Feeney and the Jet. And I have a song playing in my head right now. And if you can figure it out, Feeney and the Jet. Okay, rocking and rolling. And of course, we got to go to our goalies. So anyway, like I was saying, I was mentioning as I'm doing this, there was a show in the 80s, pretty cool show, kind of a different idea, called Alf. And I dug that one too. That was a great show. Again, that was kind of an acquired thing, right? I mean, not too many people I know watched it. Most people thought we were kind of, super little kids if we were watching Alf, but it kind of had some serious tones, though. That show had some serious tones. Okay, we are heading into game number 6 of the episode. So you know what that means, right? You know what that means. What does game number 6 mean? That means it is speed round time. So we're an hour into the episode. And it's time for speed round. If you're unfamiliar with speed round, basically all we're going to do, we've slow simmed 5 games. We actually had a winning record in the slow sim tonight, which is completely sideways for this club. Usually we go 1-4 or don't win a game in the slow sim. But the speed round is when we go fast sim, and I'm just going to click through the next 4 games and see what happens. If we have time left, then we will possibly maybe play the 3rd period of a game, the last game against the Tampa Bay Lightning, or we'll just sim through it and maybe watch the last couple minutes of the game. So, okay, once again, question of the night. We have a bunch of them out there, thanks in large part to my couple of regular viewers, who, of course, I want to thank, as always, for joining. If you made it to the midpoint of the show, or you're checking in at the midpoint of the show, please make sure to like, subscribe, and throw some comments up on the board. I'd love to see some answers to some of the questions of the night. Of course, we talked favorite ice cream flavors. We talked 80s, 90s sitcoms, and a couple of other things. So maybe the first sporting event you ever went to. And now that we're at the midpoint, and I'm kind of taking a little breather here from the first 5 games. So my first sporting event that I recall going to in person was actually a wrestling match. So in my home, one thing to remember, when we were younger, and I say we because quite a few of based on the statistics I see on my YouTube, quite a few of my viewers are actually on the older side of things. But to explain to some of the younger folks out there, we didn't have one wrestling company. Okay, we had many wrestling companies. It was like, I think you had like American Wrestling Association, and you had the Southwest Wrestling Association, and the Mid-South Wrestling, and all this stuff. And I was a fan of the now it's the WWE, it was the WWF, but I was a fan of that. Which was more of kind of a Boston, New York, New Jersey thing. And my father got tickets to go see a wrestling match in person. And I got to see 2 legends. And if you Google these guys, they were legends in the 80s. Real popular in the early to mid 80s. Dr. D. David Schultz, who is famous for not just his wrestling, but there's another thing. So if you Google him, you're going to find out what it is. It's nothing nasty. I think he struck a reporter or something. And the Ugandan Giant. I got to see him wrestle Dr. D. David Schultz. That was a sick match. We saw that in a high school gym when I was about 5 years old. And always wanted to see Hulk Hogan, right? When I was a kid, just wanted to go see Hulk Hogan, and the closest thing to it was Dr. D. David Schultz. That's the first sporting event that I really remember. And I was a massive wrestling fan as a kid. Once stood in line at the mall for like 4 hours with my mother and my sisters to get the Junkyard Dog's signature, which I still have. And I got it on a little tiny flash card. So it's one of my prized possessions. Not really worth much, but it was the first one that I remember actually standing and waiting to get. Okay, so now that we had intermission here on the show and I did a little more chatting, it is time for speed round. So we're going to be taking on in the speed round. We do this right from here. We're going to do this right from the calendar screen. We're taking on Edmonton, San Jose, the Kings, the Oilers again, and then, of course, we will slow sim Tampa Bay up until about 5 minutes left, and we'll see if we can jump in and watch a little hockey. So, not a bad episode, right? We got a win against the Avalanche thanks to Pichek's OT goal. We got beat by the Rangers. We got beat by the Stars. To be expected, two very good teams. We beat the Buffalo Sabres. We beat the San Jose Sharks. So we got ourselves 6 points on the episode, and hopefully we can collect at least one more in these next 5. So we know the Oilers are a tough team. Okay, Connor McDavid, one of the best in hockey, if not the best in hockey. And we're going to see if we can take him down. So just with one press of the button. Oh, it didn't do it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and... Is it going to take me to this? Oh, it's going to take me into the game. Okay, well, let's just get this out of the way, right? Okay, so I paused it. So period number 1, and we're gonna go right up to 8. Boom. Let's just make it fast. And B-Walk scores, so it's 1-0. And we could just go fast this way, I guess, right? Put on 8 times. It's actually just much faster. Power play Edmonton. Let's kill that off. No, Draisaitl scores. So Leon Draisaitl makes it 1-1. 2 minutes to go in the period, and that ticks right down. We roll into period number 2. So just a little bit faster here in this game. Maybe we'll try it this way tonight to get through the last couple of games. Can you hear that? There we go. Savoy puts one past Simo. McDavid puts one past Simo. It's 3-1 here in period number 2. McDavid scores again past Simo. 4-1. Savoy puts one in. Are we going to get a hat trick in the god dang second period? It might actually happen. 28 seconds to go. Not happening. So Edmonton kicking the crap out of us as expected. 5-on-4 power play for the Whale. They kill that off. Again for the Whale. They kill it off. Now for the Oilers. We kill it off. And boom, 8 minutes to go. And it's Nugent Hopkins putting one past DJ. Wow. And, so DJ's in the net now. We pulled her out of net. Okay. So first game, we put her back in the net, and she gets her butt kicked. Edmonton, 1 goal in the first, 4 in the second, 1 in the third. That's when she came out in period number 2. They had 6. We had 1 in the first earlier from B-Walk, and we got our butts handed to us. We take a look here. It's all orange for sure. Bouchard with 4 helpers. Great game there. McDavid, 2 goals, 1 assist. Savoy, 2 goals, 1 assist on the night. And that's going to do it. Okay, so now I know what I did. I just pressed the wrong button. So we got to watch that one. We're going to go here. And boom. So we're going to take on the Sharks here in the next game. Let's see what happens here. No, I don't want to collect this guy. Can we beat the Sharks twice in the episode? Braden Walker has been injured with a fractured ankle. Oh, no. That's not good. B-Walk is out. So that's going to move Jimmy to the top line. Kelly will move to the second line. Killer will go to the third line. And Matt Rempe will be playing on the fourth line. So this team is falling apart. Do we put Kelly up here? No. I mean, Kelly kind of makes everyone better, doesn't he? That's pretty cool. Kelly makes everyone better. That's definitely not true. Let's see what we got here. So, all right. Not bad. Our second power play is not good. So we lose 2 here on this little West Coast trip. Or was that home? That was home? Yeah, that was home. Yeah, that was home. All right, so we're taking on the Kings here. Let's go ahead and take on the Kings. See if we can get a win. Mark Gatcomb has been injured. Yeah, we'll let them make that decision. Can we get a win? Are we going to end up with 6 points on the episode? God, I hope not. And then we lost another game. Oh no, we got 2 more chances to try to get more than 6 points in the episode. And let's see if we can beat Edmonton. So speed round has not been good to the Whalers here. Has definitely not been good to the Whalers, and we are 0-4 in the speed round. We're 10-17-2 on the season. Come on. This is absolutely terrible. This is the worst. You know what? Maybe we just simulate the whole season, see what happens, and then call it an end to this show, because this has not been good. This has not been fun. I mean, who wants to sit here and watch a team lose all the damn time? Maybe that just means I'm terrible at trying to build a hockey team. That's probably what it is. So we're going to head in and take on the Tampa Bay Lightning, who are 17-11-0. This is the last game of the episode. So we did speed round, and we lost to Edmonton. We lost to the Kings. We lost to the Sharks. We lost to Edmonton, the Sharks, the Kings, and then Edmonton again. So we can't get any points. We need 1 point. 1 point. We just need an overtime game to get us 7 here on the episode. We're going to bump this up to 8 times speed. This is the last game of tonight's episode. Cirelli puts one in. Gensel puts one in. Simo continues to struggle in the net. DJ was 3-2 to start the episode. The professor puts one past Vasilevsky, so it's 2-1. And Newtonen puts one past Simo. That dude, look at that dude. That's a cool picture, Newtonen. That's like a great picture of that guy. I'd be really proud of that. The hair, everything. All right, rocking and rolling into period number 2. 5-on-4 power play. And Mike Kelly, the captain of the team, scores. Then Kucherov. Then Groshev. It's 5-2. Take her out of the net. Take her out of the net. DJ, I think you just won a starting job. We were 3-2 with DJ. We're going to be 0-5 with the $9 million lady. I almost said man. Okay. Rocking and rolling into period number 3. Connor scores. Make a game out of this, please. Let's make a game out of this. Cirelli scores. 6-3, Tampa Bay. We know Tampa Bay always scores a ton of goals on our team. So we need 3. Gensel scores at 7-3. And, okay, you know what? We're going to jump in and we're going to play a little bit. We got 2 minutes left in this game. Might as well see a little hockey, right? We've only seen a little hockey tonight. And I'll play. I'm going to play. I'm going to play the last couple minutes. This might happen once we get to Colorado Rockies franchise mode, too. I think you'll be seeing... Uh-oh. Oh, okay. That was a... You might be seeing the Fanatic actually play some baseball, too. Because I found a new way I could be doing that. Okay. Fagan collects. Over to Kakko. What the heck was that? Fagan just murdered that guy. Hyman tried to backhand it. All right, this is over. Jimmy goes after him. All right. So Andre Vasilevsky is 8th in the league in wins, and we are down 7-3. We're playing like the original Whalers. Yep, that's right. I said it. Kakko over to Serge. Come on. Come on. That was awful. Oh, my God. Wow, that really sucked. I got to say, okay, so I play a lot of this game on 26, okay? And my players don't move that fast. So I think I made these guys, like, too good. Like, you know, like, attributes-wise. All right, well, that was a sample of crap right there. All right, so they beat the holy hell out of us. And that we finished the episode 0-5 in the speed round with the kind of combo. We'll call it a hybrid speed round. We're 30 games into season number 4. Let's go to the main screen here. Back to the office. We'll go back to the office here. And, of course, we want to go over here to our records. So we finished the episode 3, 6, and 1. So, yes, we lost in the shootouts to the Oilers. That's how we did get 7 points, but that's a cheap way of getting 7 points, and I'm not too happy, too thrilled about that. So we finished the episode 3, 6, and 1. We are currently 7th in the Atlantic Division with 22 points, and we have got some serious work to be done. We will not explore any trades or moves until the end of the next episode. So if you are a viewer, okay, I do get anywhere from 40 or 50 of you that actually watch. If you're a regular and you're watching, you got some thoughts on what we can do, put it in the comments, okay? Put it in the comments. I'd love to know what you think we can do with this club. All right, we tried moving the lines around tonight. That helped in the first 2 or 3 games. We put DJ in the net, so we got a little sample size of DJ. He got 3 wins and 2 losses. He played good hockey. Simo went 0-5 and actually got pulled out of the last 2 games she was in, so I don't think we're going to see her in net very much here in the next episode. We'll probably have DJ, and we're going to go back to the old rotation where DJ will now be the starter. Simo will be his backup, picking up in the back-to-backs. So probably not going to see too much of her moving forward. But a couple of standouts here in the episode. Pichek had a couple of goals, so he played well. Let's go ahead and actually take a look at the stats. So we can look at the 10 games. So we'll take a look at our 10-game stats, see who did what here in this episode. We know that Hyman didn't. Hyman had a couple. Let's see. So split stats in his last 10 games. So he had 4 goals, 3 assists. So not too bad, right? Jimmy Lamoureux, he had more assists than anything, I'm pretty sure. He had 6 assists, so 7 points for him over 10 games. So we have no point per game guy. That's what we're missing on this club. We have no point per game guy. Capo Caco, he had 8 points in the episode, so he didn't do too bad. But their plus minuses are awful, which tells you that our defense has been awful. Now, we did have a couple of injuries in the episode, but come on. Okay, Pichek, let's see what he did. He has to be a point-a-game guy. Yes, he had 11 points. I think that's going to make him our player of the episode by far. Mike Kelly, let's see what he had. Oh, that's his career stats. He had 9 points. So this line actually did pretty good. We know the professor had a couple of goals here in the episode. 4 goals, 6 assists, 10 points for the professor. Great job here tonight. Cole Koepke, who was our kind of big free agent signing, had 1 point in the episode. 1 assist, 1 point. Cole Koepke could be finding his way out of Hartford that fast. That fast. So far on the season, he has 2 goals and 3 assists. After last year's 25-point performance, he has done jack nothing for this Hartford Whalers team. Okay, Travis Killa, and he had to move up to the third line. He had 2 points, 1 goal and 1 assist. His goal coming early in the episode. Connor Burns. What can we say about Connor Burns? 3 goals, 3 assists, 6 points. Look at that. He had a plus minus of 3, so that's a positive. Gregory Swifty Swift. That man had 2 goals and an assist. Okay. The entirety of the season so far, I believe through 28 games, he had 4 goals or something like that. I don't know, something like that. But good job. No, he had 2 goals and 2 assists. He had 2 goals and 1 assist in the last 10 games. So big action for Swifty. Matthew Rempe, I don't think he did anything in the episode. Nope, no points in 4 games. He only played 8 minutes a game. So, and some of it was on defense. We had him on defense at one point. And Scory Perry, we went out and got him. He has played 2 games. He's had 9 minutes of ice time, and he has nothing. He has nothing. So, yes, this team is god-awful. They are god-awful. I'm not going to look at the defense. We know that the only defensive goal in the episode was from No Fear Feeney, and that came against the Avalanche in game number 1. So let's go ahead and simulate right to the next game. That's where we'll start in the next episode. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we'll see next week. So next week looks a little bit like this. Of course, we know that our Whalers are 10, 18, and 2. And we are taking on the Ottawa Senators. They are 14, 9, and 5. We'll see Utah, who has a winning record. Dallas, again, who has a winning record. The Vegas Knights, who are 12, 20, and 1. That could be a win next week. Throw that one up on the board. The Carolina Hurricanes, who always beat us, but we'll see what happens. The Montreal Canadiens, who are 7, 20, and 4. They are worse than us. They are currently in the bottom of our division, and they deserve a butt whooping next week. That'll be game number 6 of the episode. Florida, 23, 4, and 3. Best record in all of hockey in this universe. We will have them in game 7. Game 8 will be the Carolina Hurricanes. Game 9, the Philadelphia Flyers. And, of course, we will close it out with the St. Louis Blues. So we have got some exciting games next week, namely Dallas. And then we have 2 huge opportunities for wins, baby. 2 huge win opportunities in the Vegas Knights and the Montreal Canadiens. And, of course, big game against Florida. So, and that's at Florida. So we'll get a chance to go to some warm weather states next week. Okay. So that is going to do it for this evening's episode. Once again, I'd like to thank, to my regulars who either watch me live, who watch me on the replay. Thanks so much for the support. This is actually the 1-year anniversary of the channel. I got the notification today. A year ago today, I posted the very first Journey to the Cup episode, and it was actually with the original team from Loveland, Colorado, the Loveland Bolters. That team, of course, fell apart, and we ended up with the Hartford Whalers. But yes, it's been 1 whole year, and we're up over 150,000 views. That's between the shows and the shorts, and of course a bunch of likes, and I've even got myself up to about 67 subscribers. So there are people out there who watch every week, especially this show. This one gets some hits, and the Expo show has been much more popular. Actually had a nice comment from a gentleman in Canada who shows it to his pops every week because he was an Expo fan. So that's why I've kind of kept it going. And we'll continue to keep it going with the recorded episodes. So with that being said, thanks again for all the support. Always fun to be here. Always fun to talk to the folks, and for the people who watch it afterward, talking about it outside of here. Just a fun thing to do, and just enjoy having all the support from the folks out there as I do this. And we've seen different ways of it being done, right? So if you look at the first episode of the Whalers to now, you see it kind of evolve. So it went from me recording all of it and then editing it right here on my PlayStation to actually getting an editing software, to actually getting a new microphone, to actually trying the thing where I had all the things going on the screen. And finally, I just gave up on that shit. I gave up on that. It just wasn't. This looks so much cleaner. Plus, you can actually see what the hell is going on throughout the episode. We also had the Chad the Tank. So if you've never seen those, jump on, check those out. Chad the Tank played golf. We saw a little bit of basketball. And of course, we introduced baseball. Now, with that being said, this series will come to an end at the end of this current season. So if you haven't watched any of it, catch yourself up. Check it out. You'll want to check it out. And the baseball will now go to the Expos will now go to edited videos. I'll be recording and I'll put those out probably on Monday still. But on Monday night, we'll be live with Major League Monday. And when we do Major League Monday, we are going to start with MLB The Show 26. And thank you to my JGM and my AGM. You know who you are. We will be doing the Colorado Rockies. And we're going to run through probably 5 seasons with them, or until we get fired. Until we get fired. I got fired twice today. Just quick sims, and I got fired twice today. So I'm not the best GM. So the more help I can get, the better. So, all right. So now that I've chatted and talked, once again, thank you so much. Big support. 1 full year of the channel being around. Couldn't do it without you guys. So I will see you all next week right here inside the cave.